again. Okay, let's go check out the Koga. Because we need more Koga. Coca-Cola.
What is a mixed up? A morsel? A snack?
Sweet, so this one's done. We will create one per every 2 hours, essentially. If it wants to work. There we go. Little bit slow. Okay. So what I'm thinking is thinking.
Something I said.
It's not what you say, Biminia. It's how you say it. Alright, we're just gonna go borderless. This will make my life a little bit easier. So, just gonna switch out a little bit of something. And just upgrade something. There we go. Cool. Oakley dokley. We are sorted. Okay. Oh, Shelda. Tell me what's going on. Relatively starting off. Just kind of setting up a few different bits and pieces for different packs, setups, totems, runes. Potentially going to do a Koga run, but also looking at just diversification of just different packs and weapon setups that are quite fun. I'm probably going to play around with Mora's Hand, I would say. And just doing a little bit more setup for bug farming specifically. Bugs are quite fun to find, so that's part of what we'll be doing today. Apart from that, generally going through weapon distributions, how to acquire them, totems, capturing those, and just having a bit more of an outlook on what we can utilize to get relatively good setups to happen for damage output. So let's have a look. Mora's Hand. We'll use the courage-based Molten Mora. I do need to go get the Sprout Folk Seed, which I have not done. And what that will require is me to be active in Alca's Children, which I've only just stepped away from them. So that's a-okay for now. So we'll do 21 courage, spirit 10, grace 10, so we can utilize pretty much every single weapon within the game, minus a few, which would be Gethanen, essentially. Which I'm gonna actually use that, so I'm gonna play with spirit instead. So I'm going to drop courage. And I'm going to use the Triune Amulet, actually, because it gives us the 3+ stats to all the virtues, which is great. And then we can have 20 Spirit, 10 Grace, and 14 Courage. So essentially, apart from Purity, Duelian, and Mary's Bane, we won't be able to use those. But not required. Not at the moment. Armor bases, I'm going to be switching over to the Mockery Binds and the Mockery Death Route legs. And then the helm, I'm looking at probably the Arbearer's Mask, because it gives me a higher physical start and a little bit more stability overall, and a relatively even spread of magic and armor boost as well. Skilter, these are quite good, especially for the pick tricks. The slowing of enemies, the additional 1 in 20 smite chance, the defense against stagger, and the physical armor is great. However, I'm looking at utilizing the grace-based deer, I believe it is, if it's applicable, which I don't know if it actually is applicable on the Flyblades. It's a grace-based squirrel. That's what we need. You'll see what I'm going to be doing with this in a few momentos. Oh, Wild Tetherin's amazing. Very, very cool. It is very strong, I admit. I tend to try to stay away from that, mostly just because it is very OP, essentially. Koga-based run, I've only got one Koga, so what we're going to do instead, at least for the next hour, is just do a few of the bird tails or faction tails, so we can get a little bit more faction rep with Kither Kings, and then hopefully we can max that out. But if there's any questions in and around totem use and setups between weapon use and how they operate, I am more than happy to share the information, which is great. So, Mora's Hand. Let's have a play.
Back to Cassia, you scoundrels!
There, we've got it. Dead. Now, I would hope that more of these faction tails spawn, so we can have a little bit more of a play in and around obtaining faction rep, depending on whether or not the game wants to register if I actually completed a faction tail. So we'll break that, apply Cedar, and say thank you very much, bird, because we love Burb. And taking on the doggos. Oakley dokley. So we've got the 1-star, and hopefully we get the 2-star or 3-star to spawn. The game doesn't seem to be registering a lot of the 2 and 3 stars for reasons unknown to myself. If you are wanting to jump into the game, you're welcome to. I can't guarantee that the ping is going to be all that great. But if you want to do some runs, I'm open to doing so. Indeed. Game Ola is a little bit slow. Taking on the Cardinals. After we set them on fire and they re-heal, and the mage decides to re-heal people, which is great. And we've got another cedar, which is great. I'll probably head up to like 150 and then I'll probably call it a day with the cedars, to be honest. It's more than enough of what you need to farm. That's for sure. Just bear with me in a second. I return. Okay. Let's go get some bird tails. Hopefully we've got some more up. Indeed we do. A 3-star. Excellent. We'll find the ghost man. Boom, boom, boom. More cardinals. We enjoy. Okay. That's nice. Come on, little Sparagon. We can do this. Coming into our land. That was rude of you before. Indeed. Wait. Any more cedar? Where is our cedar? Mentos. Miscellaneous. Yeah, we've got a cedar. Apparently not. That's the inventory. So... 148. Okay, so we'll go have to make another one. Chipulkane, what's going on, girl?
How can I do better?
All right, 1, 2,
Will be brittle beyond.
3, 4.
Not a terrible
Be quiet.
court.
Okay,
Alas, a wretched
Goodbye.
waste.
where's that cedar? There we go.
It
So what's
rings
that?
so.
Oh, I don't know how many cedars that was. Oh well. Steady on, doggo. Steady on. Alright. Where's the ghost man? Spectral sight. Show me the things. Excellent.
Candles flicker. Just dim.
Awesome, we get to go to the pirate
Shadow
ship.
claims what once was king.
Me hearty.
For Mora.
Me hearty wants more experience. Okay. Oh, okay, you're very low level. I forget that. Reporting enemy, indeed. Backstab. Wait, that's a backhand. That's rude. Get out of here. Alright, we got a 3, 4. Gotcha. Excusez-moi. Okay. Hello, dear. So we gotta clear these guys, eh? But not before we get the weeping dress. We need a lot more of these. Hello, friends. Would you like to burn? Of course you do. Not with that mage in the way. Can I please have your soul? Apparently not. That's a shame. I'll take yours, though. And yours. Full smite mechanics are the best. Let us go take down the Sinecure. One by one. And we got the chest. Wonderful. And we have a banneret. I will take your soul, and you will ascend. Excellent. Alright, let's see how far this can throw. It looks amazing. Alright, lady. There you go. We'll fight fire with this one. Hey, that was a knockdown for sure. There we go. That's better.
A warrior of Clan Jotar. Indeed.
Inflammare. There we go. As far as I'm aware, these Sparrowtails not completing their mission cutscene things really should be, but unfortunately they are not. Which is a bug report, which I find is probably very useful to do. And that is something that I have been doing for quite a while. And we've got a tantrum lightning. Wonderful. Okay, we got a 2-star. We will head over there, and we will grab that 2-star for the bird tails. Any reputation that you can gain is worth getting. Inflammare. Loving Hand of Mora's flame AoE. Hello, bunny. You've got brown paws, or grey paws, so that means you are a 4-star. Interesting to see. Thank you, Rebound. I appreciate your patronage to my arsenal. Mr. Ghostman, I'm assuming that you're down by the shore. Excellent.
Wake the old flame, envoy. May the
Awesome.
invaders burn.
So we'll go burn these guys,
Mora willing.
because it's super fun to do. And of course, we upset some of the willow wings. Come on. Alright, so that one's dead. Ah, nuts, it woke up the other ones. Oh well. I wish we could charm these little guys. I think that'd be nice. So, at least we get the willy fronds. Please don't interrupt my stuff while I'm trying to get this totem. Of course it gets interrupted. Oh dear. Love a good soul smite. Apparently that soul was not able to be pulled. That's unfortunate. Right, I've got to free you guys. I remember. Protector of all things natural and animalistic. Hey, Benneret, where are you at, girl? Cut you off by your ankles. Set you to flame. Ow. I wonder how long it takes you to set fire. Quite a long time from what I can see. So it's going damage ticks though. Okay. So it's gone up to 5 from 2 ticks per round. So it goes up to 6. So it must be dependent on the amount of health that they have. So if we lower that, you can actually bug them out. Okay, now she's inflamed. So fire versus fire, eh? Steal your soul. Roll through your flame damage. And hopefully we can set you on fire. Which will probably take quite a while to do from what I can see.
Your courage has pleased my
So there we go.
I know.
Bannerets take quite a while for that inflamed damage to pop off. Sweet, okay. Thanks, little sparrow. We've got the white noise cedar. So 149. So we'll hit 150. And I think that will be the Thortide event more than completed. Uh-oh. Juggle incoming. Okay. So south part of the island, excusez-moi, is relatively good. So I'm thinking what we can do is head to the Glades of Enderin, take on Gordo as well, which is just next to this lake. The Glades of Enderin should hold the Imp, and then we have the Dermak Undercity, which is close to here, and that generally will hold the Reaper Dog, which is good. So, from my reckoning, instead of doing Ruthos, let's head to the Neathans and do a Koga
Ancient
run.
roots from whence you've grown, voicing seed, take us home.
What that's going to let us do is take on a couple of the different bosses that we have not taken on before. So, what we're going to do is drink a little Coca-Cola. And I'm also going to put my face cam on because I did not have that active before. Okay, we've got some nice little willow wings. Hopefully it doesn't wake up. And we will use our fly blades to take out the big guy, take out the small one, that one, and this one. So we get the willow bulb from the big middle one, and then we get the smaller willow wings, which is great. Not exactly sure what they're for. So you guys have got stability now. Interesting. I shall take you, and I'm gonna stab you from afar. With a face jab. Alright, Benneret. What have we got here? Awesome. Unacceptable. Okay, so we got crypt keys and just normal keys for chests for these big boys here. Okay. Alright, let's go to the Neathans and see if we can take on Gordo, the gigantic avocot who wants us to drink, apparently. There's a whole bunch of Cabbage Patch Kids. Hey, bud. Come here. Let's connect. My boot to your face. Nice level. Roll through your attack. You may laugh all you want, little Cabbage Patch Kid, but you will lose. Alrighty. Gordo time. It amazes me that there's not another bridge that covers this area here. But anyway. Alright, Sparagon. Where are you going? Downstairs, I assume. Pizza Tower doesn't ascend itself. No. The pizza gets eaten. The tower gets ascended when you wish to. I know that that's a Warframe reference, but you also know that I'm obsessed with Soulframe. Not obsessed. I would say more passionate about Soulframe. Okay, so this is a bug here. The soul is getting stuck in the ground, so there's no activation for the soul being transferred to the envoy, which is unfortunate. Descendia is very good. Alright, so we can steal the soul there, as long as the spider is above ground. Interesting. And to note on that level, though, Samesy, the Descendia and all of that content was incredible. But I had my work cut out for me here in Soulframe. Like burning things. Extra lava damage. And unfortunately, we don't get to steal that soul again. I'll beat you with my fist instead. Very strong polearm Gathanan is. I'm actually re-enjoying this polearm. So the Eye of Weaver, I would really like to see what these can actually affect. Hey, bud. Sparagon, show me the way. Okay. Gordo should be here, from what I understand. So let's cheese these little roots. There's the other button for the other bridge. There we go. And there's Gordo. Okay, so these souls definitely are not able to be trapped by the envoy. That's a real shame. What's up, Gordo? Let's have some fun times with you, my friend. Necrobane, what's going on? Alright. Let's see what we can do with you, Gordo. Get out of that water. I want to burn you. So the flame damage is doing pretty good. I just don't know how long the flames from Hand of Mora will activate on this big boy. And giant lettuce. That actually looks pretty dope. Kind of looks like an evil lotus flower. So I'm going to screenshot that. That's pretty cool. The guard mushroom. Koga Grator. And that's about it. That's Gordo. I am going to see how long I can go on this Koga run. I only have one more potion, which I've just used. So, if I die, I will reopen squad. It shouldn't take me all that long to do the run, but I'm running around for the alternate bosses that are available within the game. Gordo is one of them. And there's the soul gate that we need. My cape is stuck. I'm stuck in the soul gate. Can I roll out of it? Maybe. I can jump out of it, okay. Alright. This should take us out of the instance. Ah, you're doing Martyr. Martyr is very good. I do enjoy taking her on. Try and sip and die and sip. How about... no. You turn into a floating lettuce. I really quite like the fact that they turn into lettuce kids on top of the water. And they run around you. There we go. We're in a zen pool of lettuce. Let's sit down. Barely breathing. Apparently the the bird can breathe underwater too. That's very cute. This will actually quite make a decent desktop picture, I'd say. Alright. See you, Birdo. Hey. Can you come over here? Alright, so apparently you guys don't mind water now. So even the water doesn't quell flames. Funny. That was a sweet block though, not gonna lie. Hey, more children of Alca. Come here. I want to make more of a collection. Look at them speeding over here. Creepy little creeps. Alright. There's another lettuce. We'll roll through that. There's another one. Back to roots, that's right. So we're the floating lettuce. Cabbage Patch Kids. We love Cabbage Patch Kids. Okay. Well, that's one of the alternate bosses I was thinking of. The other one I'm thinking of is the doggo. Now, I believe we can go down here, and there is an entrance to Dermak Undercity. So this is the Nethans. We need the alternate entrance to the Glades of Andoran, which I believe is just up here. So let's go find that. I hear another Cabbage Patch Kid. Oh yes, there we are. Come here, I'll add you to my collection. That one's just disappeared. Okay. Apparently I won't add you to the collection. Hopefully we can still do the Skyrim running up the mountain. Yes, we can. Oh, no. Starting to drop down. Verticality's taking over. No, we can still get up on our tippy toes. So there's one entrance, but that is the Dermac. I need the entrance too. So that's the Nethans. We need the Glades of Andoran. It's that one there, so that one is down near. Thrice-bound Imp. So this is not the entrance I need. You are a 3-star deer, from what I can see. Indeed you are. Goodbye, dear. We'll activate the soul gate just in case. Hello, friends. Massive explosions. I'll take your soul, and I'll take your soul. And throw our 3 out again. And dead. And full health. That is a very stable, effective build to be able to return Grace and Spirit, cooldowns to your abilities for your pact, and refresh your health. Little 3-star bunny. That's nice. We don't need you. Alright, Burb. Let us go on an adventure. I'm very tempted to make an afternoon beverage. Perfect. This is exactly the entrance we need. Excuse me, sir. Let's get some extra XP here. So the throw looks like it heads out roughly around like 20 to 30 meters. Can I have that soul? Apparently not. And the fire ticks are doing all the work for us. The heavy lifting, if you will. Okay, this is the glades that we need. So that is just around the river bend, west of this particular town, which I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's also northeast. the thrice-bound imp, which usually there's some mockeries in here, which is great because to activate them, Spectral Sight and then Pulse Smite, and they will wake up. And you have to do the same thing to kill them. So, let's set them on fire. So there's one, there's Grey Soul, and the benefit to stealing their soul, if they don't hit you, is that their souls actually refresh your cooldowns, dependent on what totems you have available to you. So there's our last Koga potion done. Unfortunate that I got taken down by the Armored Mockery, but there you go. So now we will have to wait for more Koga. I wonder what this sword is here. Is that the Wilder sword? No, its handle is different. And it doesn't have the little emblem on the side. And it looks smaller. So I wonder what sword this is exactly. I don't believe it's actually one that we have. So there's the Wilder, the Solace one. Maybe it's the Vetch? No, that one's got the red wrapping on the handle. Yeah. It's not a longsword that we have. Interesting. Okay, well, let's continue using Gathanan. And I just want to double check our Koga time frame, which is, I would say, roughly about an hour and a bit from here.
The envoy. It brings us a neighbor? Then tell it we
There
are
we go,
busy.
an hour and 5 minutes. Cool.
Bring us back a morsel next time, hmm? My
Maybe
palate is
Viminia.
so very dry.
Maybe. I do want to double check something though. Ah, the mockery. The one who took my life. I will steal you anyway. Okay. Well, with that one done, I do just need to double check something though. The network has been quite interesting today. Okay. just trying to do a little bit of something, just to see what's happening with the network at the moment. Waiting to see if it'll actually catch up. Okay. It does seem to be working a little bit better now. Just bear with me while I do a little bit of triple checking that everything is working. I think with Koga, I may actually just step away from it for now, I would say. But what I can do though, Vane, I'll bring you into the party because I do want to test a little bit more of the co-op. And that's essentially what I'm trying to do, is focus a little bit more on the operation of the game. While it's in Koga, sorry, co-op mode rather than Koga. So what I can do is pull you in, see how it's operating, and then what we can do is have a little bit of a play and see if we can get the... Where is he? We've got the Thrice-bound Imp, and then we can look at going to the Dermak Undercity after we do the other Thrice-bound Imp. So there's two of the Thrice-bound. And then we'll have a look at the Dermak Undercity for the Reaper Dog. I'm just not sure, network-wise, how well it's going to operate. I can't imagine it's going to be too good on that instance, so we'll see how we go. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to operate too well. I'll probably maintain just solo play for now. I'd probably say network issues are going to be quite consistent. So I'll just stay for solo run for now. If it wants to cooperate. Maybe being in this instance of the dungeon, it might work. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, we are good. You are in. That's good. So we'll see how it operates with co-op then. And we'll go get this imp. And then I'll show you where the Reaper Dog's located. So there's our exit, but we won't be going out through that one. Ah, there is a chest just here as well, though. Just over in that corner behind us. I'll take care of this little shredder. I would love their armor, in all honesty. Any Narash? Nuts. That is a-okay. So that's the exit, but we don't want to go there. It doesn't look like it spawned the tile set that we'll need, which is unfortunate. So we can probably go check out and see the Dermak dungeon. Reaper. That's really nice. I can hear the lifesteal from Tethering that you're using. And maybe what we can do is just regenerate this tile set and see if we can get the Reaper Dog to spawn. It's a very fun boss to look at. May potentially spawn this time. If the birds don't get lost. Lovely little cynic you are. And we also have free damage. So that took about half health from this slug. That's not too bad. So where is this? That one is the back area. Sometimes there's a chest there. It's not a gold chest, so you're not really missing out on much. This particular Ode motor, though, if you do destroy it, there is a little cave underneath this area, which is just behind us as well. Wrong move. The corrupt area that opens up is generally this little area in here. Mostly Drax. Sometimes, on a rare occasion, it can drop a rare amulet piece. I have found the Orangol which is quite good. This is the area of where the Reaper Dog should spawn. But I don't believe that it has. So it could just be a Koga-based boss specifically. But I have found it here while not being in co-op or Koga. And the Paragon Greatsword, I would hope, gets a little bit of a glow up. So essentially what we can do is rerun, and hopefully it spawns the actual right tile set for us. Unless the doggo actually is here and it spawned in, because this heavy unit just spawned in. So let's just go check one more time. It's good to test out the capabilities of co-op too, especially with the bosses appearing. And I really hope that it's available. I believe it may actually have spawned. Wait, nope. Damn it. Okay, it hasn't spawned. It usually spends its time around this corrupt area. But that is a-okay. So perhaps what we can do is rerun the tile set one more time. If you want to, we can definitely run the Koga just to double check it and see if it actually spawns. And then I should have another Koga potion in less than an hour from now. Okay. It's actually brought us out right underneath Curler, which it shouldn't do that. It should spit us out. Where we entered, which is all the way up here. So that's interesting, and that's good to know. So, in that stead, we might as well just go to the Curlau. And look, this is how to start the Minions quest. Which doesn't really have a lot of direction for new players, unfortunately. So that is something worth noting. I am going to maintain using the Hand of Mora, and most likely the Flyblades. And hopefully we can get some of the nice pretty runes, specifically the Pictrix and the Tree Fell, so we can focus in on Dimrod, that's for sure. And because we didn't get to do this one yesterday, we can do it today. And the boss is actually here, which is nice. because we love this boss. Although he doesn't drop any garlic mushrooms, interestingly. He does do the Basalcum fodder, which is what we needed for yesterday. So it's good to see that the Carlisle siege actually spawned him this time. Tantrum lightning. Alright, while you're taking care of them, I will do the Basalcum. Click, click, boom. And you brought Orangol. Lovely. Alright, before we jump in, I'm gonna go take out that silly little mage. Putra. Be downed. Mage. Where are you? I need you not to heal everyone anymore. I'm gonna beat you with my fist. And I'm gonna steal that soul before I die. Apparently these are level 10s. Hilarious. And the camera is all over the shop. Alright. Huthra's on about. Go ham. So we'll do that. And burn her. Excellent, she's got a soul. Kind of. That was a stupid move. You got you right in the face, lady. Alright, let's go clear this El Forto. Usually the last enemy that's in here. Always hiding. And there's an archer right there. Feeling pretty cool. Expelliarmus. If you would like to light the fire, you are welcome to. Or maybe it doesn't. Oh, maybe it's still the host based. would love to have this torch to be a permanent item that we can use. Yeah, I think it's the host is still migrational kind of issues, I'd say. Well, that's Curl done. It is a little bit out of the way, so I kind of hope we get a couple of extra bosses in and around this area, even like Birdie's Bog, for example. Perhaps a giant turtle in this particular lake area would be great. We can go up to the gates here, and we can head down into the Neathans. I do still wish to see if we can get that Reaper Dog. I'm pretty sure it's just here. So, I think with the Enderin Glades that I was looking at, I'm pretty sure it was that Enderin's Glade. Otherwise, I stuffed up on that one. But I really, really want to see if we can get the Reaper Dog boss. They are very fun to go up against. But if not, that's okay. We can continue forth on the journey. Oh dear. Magical Tantrum Lightning gets me every time. So what do we got here? We've got a mage. Get rid of them. Lovely. So let's have a looky. Interesting that my character picks an enemy that's further away and they weren't in front of me. This one was. Tantrum Lightning. Man, those Tantrum Lightnings are getting you good. Alright, hang on. Let me just see if I can angle this right. Nope. That's very close. I would say let us move away from this area. Especially that archer. And what I may do is shift pact. So I'm going to bring on Garen Rude. Even though I enjoy Mora's Hand, it's still quite janky in the way that it operates. So we've got Spirit, we've got Grace. So we'll do 10 Courage, 10 Grace. We'll put the rest into Spirit. We'll still maintain using Gathenin. but we will also use the Odiac with the hollowing. Why? Because it's dangerously fun. And I also need a level health. So this pact should help with that. Especially against Spider-Man. Drink or die, eh? Now, I do believe that we got the Flit Smoke rune yesterday, but getting extra copies is not a bad thing. So let's get rooted with Garen, shall we? Dokily. I always look forward to this fight. She is very strong. Expelliarmus. Did. Absolute rune cleaner, this rune. Very good for it. If you thought Odiac was strong, it definitely is. Especially with Hollowing. Stabby McStabs. Alright, Spider Lady. Are you ready for this? This was a really close fight yesterday too. Very enjoyable though. So, for nostalgia, let's do it again. Massive AoE That's crazy. Alright. I'm gonna run. Oh yeah. Her slam definitely hurts. Especially when she's got the babies out. Yeah.
Such a fable you live for. What next?
I love how the Empress decides to jump in and goad us a little bit more. That's funny. Okay. I'm gonna chuck Siren on. Not generally one that I use a lot of. So courage, courage. Oakley dokley. Let's use probably Starling with the arrow howl slow. Let's give that a whirl. But yes, her slow and her damage output is crazy. We can choose just to do the regular run rather than the actual Koga. The other thing that I am thinking is that we probably can do the tree fill rune, but that is under the effect of Koga. And if there's some other runes that you're needing. So, if I recall correctly, you've got about 10. But you do have the Flit Smoke, you don't have the Torrent. The Hollowing you do have, Durglint you do. Split Bolt, I'm not really sure of. Tree Fell and Pictrix I know that you don't have. So perhaps what we can do is save the Koga for these two to see if we can get you these, at least. And let's go take out this Spider Mum because she's a pain and also she deserves to die. But I also really enjoy taking people up against this particular boss. 11 now? Oh, you got Ember Rod. Okay, sweet. Nice. Ember Rod's not too bad. All flame-based runes are very good. Especially with the extra flame damage that output. She won't be available. I keep on forgetting that. Unless I'm mistaken. No, she's not in here if it's not in Koga. If you take a right from where you are, back down the end, and then just go straight through, you'll come through to the main chamber where we are. And I'll just hang out near the soul gate. I will light the way. I really would like to see that these soul gates be our transferable teleportation and fast travel around the world, to be honest. It surprises me that the Webbit Seeds activation is the mode of fast travel in the game. I would have really liked it to be the gates, to be honest, because they're very distributed throughout the world. I'm curious though, have you got the Arcstorm rune for the magic weapons as well? Yeah, I thought she was available between both instances. Perhaps it's just because we went back into the same instance. She's gone from the Koga, but she's probably there now if we decide to go back in. But I do believe that there's really not any sort of rune that she'll have for us. You've already got the Flit Smoke rune anyway. Essentially what we can do... Oh, you've got Arcstorm? Okay, fantastic. I mean, we can still go through the Glades of Anduin, Nimrod, and we can go to the Colonel. It's kind of a back-to-front run though, isn't it? So, I don't think I've done Ruthos. Oh, you got the Bromius. Nice. So we did Curler. We've done the Spider-Man, kind of. So they're realistically the only bosses that we've really done. I don't believe that you've got the Torrent rune, do you? Because if you don't, what we can do is just basically just run back. Or I can teleport us, actually, to the very northeast. And then we can do the run from there. But then we can skip Curl Out altogether, which is good. And we don't necessarily have to do the second Spider-Man. And the other bosses that I should have available should be available now. And then we can get back down to Nimrod, or we can just go do Nimrod now, so either way can work. No torrent? Alright, I'll teleport us up there.
Ancient roots from which you've grown, voicing seed, take us home.
Cool. I should have another Koga available in about like an hour. Actually, less than now. So if you're able to do Koga, if you wish to, we can. Otherwise, we can just take down the roster of bosses, basically. Which this particular boss should be available now anyway. Where... Hey. Where's she gone? There she is. Bye, Bruthos. Give me Okoga. Oh, nice. We got Alca's breath. Cool. Pretty good rune to pick up. Possibly not as damaging as the torrent, but it's still quite good. Oakley dokley. Let's check out the Glades of Andoran again. So I've just chucked that down on the map for us. And then we'll see what we've got here. Just going to double check a few things just to make sure it's still operational. And it doesn't look like it is, which is a shame. Oh, you fell through the map and you're stuck in bird form? Interesting. Alright, it does look like things are a little bit more stable. Thing is actually working the way that it should be. almost there. Oh, my pleasure. Just to be able to do a run is good. But yeah, as far as the stability of everything, it's really not running as well as it should. Yeah, that's what I'm watching at the moment. Like, very much so. Just having a little bit of a look through, just to see what is actually making it do what it's doing. No, I don't think it's just because I'm host. I think it's with the network. It's... definitely say that. Yeah, I think the network can't really hold up streaming and co-op, unfortunately. Co-op will definitely be good, but as far as, say, streaming and co-op play, it's very rough. I can see what it's doing. It's not ideal to carry so much, especially on the network that we're on. It's very much terrible, unfortunately. So unfortunately gives a bit of a rough ride for others who are partaking in stream. Do. enemies had no health. Yeah, they definitely... It's not an easy ride on co-op play, to be honest. This is all like feedback stuff to give more of like the devs rather than player base. I would honestly recommend putting that sort of feedback into the Discord. That is something that I've done, but the more players let the devs know of what the gameplay is like, and even just stipulating co-op play, was in squad, was not host, network failure, enemy health, game was laggy, etc. Those sort of details are really important to give the devs. So my recommendation on anyone playing in co-op, definitely jump into the Soulframe Discord and give that sort of feedback. That's really important stuff. And this is something that I'll be doing this afternoon as well. Part of the reason why I do a bit of the streaming of it as well is because these sorts of issues do pop up. So it is good feedback for the devs and the team that help them as well. So I'm probably one of the best testers out there because of the just the network issues that I've been having. Regardless of how and where I'm playing the game, if I'm playing it solo, it's fine. As far as co-op goes, that's undeniably good feedback for them. So as far as yeah, co-op play is concerned, it's pretty not okay on my end, unfortunately. So just playing around with some of the settings at the moment, just to kind of see what's going to kind of balance it out a little bit more. If you jump onto the Soulframe Discord, there should be a bug forum. And if you haven't actually signed yourself up to the Soulframe website, or the Discord rather, I'll see if I can pop that in chat. It should come through. If it doesn't, that's unfortunate. That one. See if I can pull those up. This one here, I think, gives the YouTube. So the website's coming through, I can see in chat, but the Discord, Twitch channel, so there. So that should be the official Discord, the official Soulframe website, and the official Twitch as well. So that'll be a little bit faster to do that. but at least I could do that. Just let me know if those links actually activate and work, Necrobane, if you can. I'd appreciate that, because then I can maintain the links actually working. I'm just going to go check this Glades of Ender or Dermak Undercity, rather. Is it the Glades? Oh no, that's the Glades. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a bug report before I wrap up, I think. Or just after I wrap up, which will be probably pretty soon, to be honest. It's unfortunate that the network's being as unstable as it is. Another few things I would probably note too. Pool smites also released from bodies. The baby spiders I've actually put down. You'll probably see like a whole string of bug reports that I've put into feedback as well. So it's under the feedback node in the Soulframe Discord. Thanks for letting me know on that, Necrobane. I appreciate that. Very much so. I make sure that the links that I do have are actually official and they work. So at least they come through. But yeah, as far as the network operating on my side of things, it's just not ideal, unfortunately. So that is something that is unfortunately out of my hands. I do want to see if we can get one last little boss in. And then I'll probably do a non-stream run. Okay, so Bane, at least I get to share this with you. This is the Reaper Dog boss. So this is what the arena looks like. The Reaper is just over here. There are mockeries, so this should be fun. This is the non-version of Koga of the Reaper Dog, but he's very fun. He jumps around, very reminiscent of a very Souls-like game, if you will, of the way that it attacks, and it spins around. The only differences are, this is the Reaper Dog. So, I can at least show you this fight at least. So if you get him roughly like less than half health, I'll show you what he does. So there's his electronic shield, and then he starts running around in like a triangular pattern. And then he puts flames on the ground everywhere. It's actually quite cool. He's a very fun boss to go against. And he does giant flame missiles too, which is pretty dope. So he's a very fun boss to go against. And he does recharge himself multiple times. And the shield actually shields him as well. So he can bug out, but he is quite fun to go against. So once he loses his shield, generally he becomes attackable again. But sometimes he will bug out, and that shield will stay on him, which is pretty dope. So just try to wear him out a bit, or just get him stuck on a tree. And then he always finishes that run with one of these missiles that drops the... So, not a lot of people know about this boss. So, I do want to share this. Yeah, he's definitely big boy for sure. Expelliarmus. But yeah, 0 damage gets through to him, especially when he's got the shield mode on. And he can really screw you up too. I haven't actually seen him anything drop, in all honesty. So I'm curious to see if he actually does drop a rune. I could go back through the patch notes and have a look. I think it was around... Yeah, when P12 dropped, which is this particular one. But as far as the runes are concerned, I'm not exactly sure if he drops a rune. Another thing that I've come up against is the Curad's Breath, is the 60-minute courage amplification potion. Could potentially boost your damage attack enough to be able to do damage to him as well. Come on, bud. Get out of there. Recharge. Yes, yes, we know. Come on. Apparently you can ghost through walls too. Fantastic. And we got the big AoE. And flame. Come on, bud. Get out that shell. So I'd probably say at this point, he's probably bugged out and he's not losing the shield. So it's against his helmet by the look of it. He's basically immune to pretty much everything. Let's see if we can get him on the nose. Maybe we should just kick him instead. Oh my god, that actually does damage to him. 1 damage per kick. Perfect. Can I get back to my body, please? Well, thank you. So I'm going to do a short of this, and I'm certainly going to be sending this to the team there. There we go. So it is to do with his nose. But he hasn't lost his shield. Still getting a Garlic Mushroom from him. Apparently. No idea where it is. And apparently the doggo just disappears. So there you go. That boss is very bugged. So, as far as most of the main bosses go, it is the most bugged boss within the game. And you can see that there's mushrooms around, but unfortunately there is no agaric mushroom to pick up. So he is farmable, but extremely bugged. So what I'm going to do is put my report in for that, because a lot of people tend to not put the reports in as they come across them. So my focus for Soulframe for a little while is to actually go bug hunting and doing reporting, and hopefully other people follow through. It doesn't take that much to do it, but it is very, very viable for more information to be given back to the devs, so at least they know what to look at and what they can hotfix as well. There we go. Your death bug. Yeah. Titles are pretty important too, though. Like, I can kind of show you a little bit of what I've done on the Discord, to be honest, just so you guys have got like a little bit of a template to work with. I would probably recommend too is from do. All right. It doesn't seem to really want to work. See if I can refresh that. doesn't look like it's wanting to work, unfortunately. So I'm going to wrap up stream here, and I will be able to do probably more of a recorded version of everything that I've just spoken of within the Soulframe Discord and bug posting, and then just triple checking basically like the basic information of what you can be giving them as well. They do have a whole bunch of information on how they prefer you to give the information out. So it's been a pleasure, and I will hopefully be back in some sort of future where